Hey everybody, how you doing? Hope your Saturday afternoon and your weekend is going great. Uh, my weekend started off like we always do with a great episode of our comic book memories with Shannon this morning. Had a blast this morning. Man, that time went by so doggone quick. Oh, it's 2 hours, but man, it seems like 2 minutes sometimes. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So hopefully, uh, we'll excuse me. Hopefully, we'll have some fun with this one too. Right now, I'm just don't have anything really planned other than some stuff that I picked up over the weekend or yesterday, and a couple of things from the mail through eBay. So I'll be showing those. So we're gonna let's see here, and I'm pulling a Captain Strangelove. I ought to put the hat on. I'm pulling a Captain Strangelove today. There we go. Because having a little fruit punch soda and eating some, I don't even know how to say these, so I'm not even going to try. So whatever that is, these little crunchy little sticks with some vanilla inside them, just as a nice little snack, so there you go. So my wife and my daughter, they've gone out for a ladies' lunch. That left me here. Excuse me. That left me here to come down, and I actually, for the first time in a month, actually got to put away some of the books that I pulled for the Saturday morning show. Because I'm so bad. I procrastinate wicked in putting them back. It's great pulling them out. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, cool. That's but then they just stay here, and they got stacks and stacks under the table and everything. So I actually made a effort today to get some of it done. I did. Not nearly what I need to get done, but my chair, there we go. My chair's starting to collapse on me. So anyway, so let's see here. Let's see who's in the peanut gallery. Oh, we got Easy Comic Reader. He says, "Hey Doc, hey, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it, Easy. Always fun." And Michael Taylor is back again. Thank you, Michael. Great to have you with us too. Eric K. Hey, Eric, how you doing? And great to see you. Great to see you. That's awesome. And Higgy Pops. Hey there, Rod. How's it going, bud? We're going pretty good. We're gonna go show some new comics, some old comics. Then I got a couple of odds and ends to show. So I don't know how long this will last, but hey, we'll hang out as long as you guys want to hang out. So, and Easy Comic says, "Hey, Michael." And hey to Higgy Pop. Eric says, "Just finished reading a couple of comics. Working on my Black Lightning Bronze Age run." Nice. Yeah, that's one I got. I've got a couple from that run, and it's one of those ones that's always in the back of my mind. You don't think of it until you see something or you hear something like this, and it's like, oh yeah, I got to get back to putting that run together. I mean, it only ran like what was it, 7-8 issues, something like that in that first run, I think. So, oh, that's awesome though. And Michael Taylor says, "Hello, Easy Reader. Easy Comic Reader." Higgy Pop says, "You're unsupervised, all alone in the comic room, baby. That's it. Hey, we'll give you a bell. There you go, Higgy. Make you feel at home in my comic room for a change, huh? Hey, Graphic Man, Michael, what's happening? Great to have you stopping by, bro. Thank you. What are you up to today?" And Michael says, "Hello, Graphic Man." And Easy Comic Reader says hello to Graphic Man. And Graphic Man says hello back to Michael. And back to Easy Comic Reader. And Eric K says, 11 issues. Okay. I picked up the first at Heroes Con last month. Started working on the run after that. Awesome. And it's a relatively easy one to afford too. That it's not gonna, that first one might cost a little bit, but after that, it's reasonable. It's reasonable. So that's cool. You ought to have that done in no time then. That'll be awesome. I got to get back to doing it. And we got here, Mr. Rob Brown. Hey, Doc. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. Appreciate it. And Gray Man, hey, from across the pond. How you doing today, Gray Man? He says, hey, folks, what's going on? All righty. That's awesome. Wow. There's a lot of folks here. I didn't expect a lot of folks. Graphic Man says, I've been drawing some stuff. When he gets crafting, it gets pretty creative. It's remarkable how you find time to do stuff like that when you lose power. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. What? You lose power? Did you have a storm or something up there, Micah? Or down there, rather? That's not good if you lost power. Oh, man. No fun at all there. At least in the summertime, you don't have to worry about freezing if you lose power. Yeah, it sucks, but you know what? You can still go outside, go to the beach, or take a ride, or go somewhere and get cooled off. And Graphic Man said, yes, last night. Oh, wow. Oh, everything else okay? He's just lost power? Just want to find out. Michael Taylor says, Doc, I think I might know who that special guest is next Saturday. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. We'll take guesses. Yeah. If you want to guess who it is, I don't know if I'll tell you if you're correct or not, because we might want to surprise everybody. But you'll know, like I said, by the end of the week, I usually try to put out an ad for what's going on with the show. And I definitely, because I've already got an idea of what I want to do for this guest when I do the ad. So it'll be fun. And he's a great guy, and you guys all know him, and you guys all love him. Easy Comic Reader says, had fun watching Cover Slingers today. First time watching, Gray Man. Oh, man, yeah. If you haven't seen Cover Slingers, it's awesome. Boy, they have a lot of fun on there. It's so much fun, especially when it comes time to grade the comics that everybody has done. It's so much fun when they get poor I can't, is it Matilda? I think I can't remember how to say her name. Is it Matilda? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched too. I got to get back to watching it. But that poor girl, she's got to put up with all this going on around her and make the scores on everybody's pick on the covers they're showing. It's a lot of fun though. If you get a chance, check out Gray Man's channel, especially Saturday afternoons, and go check out the Cover Slingers. That's awesome. Easy Comic Reader says, I think it's Rob. Interesting. And Rob just happens to be in the peanut gallery here. Rob says, no, not Rob, unfortunately. He put that one right to bed. Bub's coming. Hey, Bub, Matilda. There we go, Matilda. Yes, okay. I thought it was Matilda, but I didn't want to misspeak. Thank you very much for that, Bub. And thank you for swinging by the old drive-in here, hanging out with us. So, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And Grayman says, cool, glad you like it, Easy Comic Reader. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, all right. I'll start showing some of the stuff I got here. We'll start with the new stuff, because the new stuff isn't that exciting, or whatever, but it's stuff. In fact, this new stuff is not even new issues. I can't even say it's new issues. So, all right. Why would you say that, Rod? Why would you say that you got new comics, but they're not new issues? Well, that's because they're, whoops, where did it go? There we go. Lost you on my screen. And it went off again. There we go. Stay up there, please. Okay. So it's because I bought a lot of facsimile copies yesterday. Like this one here, 180 with Hulk. And then everybody knows the story with this book. And then I bought 181. I'm sorry about my camera is really bad, and man, I'm about ready to throw it in the river. So I picked up that, and then I also picked this one up. I'm not much of a variant guy, but you know what? It's Hulk. I am a Hulk guy, so I said, you know what? I'll spring for that one too. So I got that. Now I have those two issues. I have the 180, 181, the regular issues. But by buying these, I don't have to pull out my original ones and risk a tape pull on it, or my clumsy fat fingers ripping a page or something like that. Now I can pull these out and read them if I ever want to read those stories, you know. So that's why I did it on a lot of these. I'll put them right here. Here's another one. This one I sold not too long ago, probably 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, I think I sold my copy of this, and it's New Mutants, number 98. I'm sure everybody knows the deal with that one. So this one here, this is just to replace the actual issue. I'm never going to afford or try to afford another copy of 98. It doesn't mean that much to me. The New Mutants series is not. While I collected it like up to the first 100 plus issues, it's not like one of my, the first 20 issues were really good, but after that it was okay. But I kept going with it. I was one of those guys who I just kept going. I had a pull list, man. I'm telling you, when I had expendable income, yeah, I kept my pull list going. But so I'm not worried about ever getting a new one of this. It's not that big of an issue to me. But now I've got a copy. If I want to read the story, or if somebody references that, I can go back and pull this out and read the story again and know what they're talking about. So, and then here's another one. And this one here, I got this because it's an expensive book nowadays, but I'm still shooting for it. It's a Neil Adams Green Lantern Green Arrow number 85. It's one of the drug issues. I have the part 2 of this, and I actually have it over there. It's framed and it's signed by Neil Adams. So, but this one here has always avoided me. So now I've got at least a copy of it that I can read the story, and I am going to continue to try and get issue of that issue, that original issue. And this is the same deal here. Amazing Spider-Man 122. I sold my 122 and I believe my 123. I sold both of those back about 3 years again, same time, along with a lot of my early Spider-Mans under 30, I think. All my numbers under 30, which was down into like Spider-Man 8, I think. So, so I got this so I can have the story, and I can pull it out and read it whenever I want to. Again, not worried about buying another issue 222, 122, not room 222, So for me, at this point in my life, this is good enough for me, So, all right. This was the only new book that I bought that was an actual new comic. I think this was the one Mr. Eric Breen was telling me about. The professor said, World's Finest, Teen Titans, number 1. So it's a new series, I guess. So I'm curious to see what they're doing with the Titans. I've always been a Titans fan. So we'll give that a read, see what we think, and go from there. So, but all right, let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. And Mike Taylor says he's a comic reader. I was thinking Rob as well, because I know they've been working on an interview with him. We're gonna have Rob on. He'll be there, and I don't think we'll have to wait too long. But we're looking forward to it, Rob. I know Shannon keeps on you because he tells me he keeps on you. So a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. Um, yeah, we got a list of people that we'd like to have come on and just hang out on a Saturday morning and share their thoughts. And we love hearing the stories of how they became collectors. What was the first comic you ever picked up? What was the first one you ever saw? What was the first one you ever bought? Where was the store? What was the store like that you bought them in? Was it just a neighborhood store? Was it a convenience store? Was it a drugstore? Love those stories. Because to me, a lot of those times, they're bygone times. You don't see. Yeah, they still have drugstores like Walmart, a Walgreen drugstore or something like that, but they don't have Rexall drugstores. At least we don't have any around here. I don't know of any in New England. But I mean, back in the day, that was the drugstore to go to, was Rexall drugstore, and it was just mom and pop. It's a lot of fun. So it's a bygone time. So we love to hear the stories behind the books that everybody collects. Easy Comic Reader says, Michael Taylor. And Mike Taylor says, wow, you have 181. Very cool. Yeah, I was lucky though. I was lucky. I got it way before everything blew up. Way before everything blew up. And yes, it does have my Marvel stamp still in it. So hey, Captain Strange Life, Hans, how you doing? Hi, Rod. Sorry I've been missing the CBM Saturday lately. Just been difficult getting. Oh, I know that feeling, brother. I know that feeling. Anti-anxiety meds tend to keep me in bed a little longer in the mornings. Gotta keep trying though. Hey, don't you worry about it, Hans. We know you got our back, brother. No, I we might if I could talk, we might wonder where you are, but we understand. Hey, if you got the time to hang out with us and whatnot, that's fine. We love to have you guys, everybody, But we all know we all have real lives to do, So no worries at all, Hans. You know me. You're in good with me. There wouldn't be a Dr. Silverage if it wasn't for Captain Strangelove. Said it many times. It's true every time I say it. Rob Brown says, I'm looking forward to it too, Rod. Yes. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. In fact, I think I don't know if I showed you the. Yeah, I picked up a few of these. You might look familiar to you, Rob. I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm just going out on a limb. So yes, definitely looking forward to the time you can come on. Absolutely. Graphic Man, you got a big smile. Smiley guy. And Michael Taylor says, I like that they're reprinting the great gold, silver, bronze with the ads. Yes. I need to start buying them and tracking down the ones that I've missed. Yes. They are good. I like them, especially for the reason I told you. You can't afford some of those nowadays. Like the ones I need for my go-go checks, like I said this morning. I can't afford to buy a first appearance of Poison Ivy unless I win the lottery, and that ain't happened in 50 years, So it's just a nice way that you can have that story, and it'll look, with the ads and everything, it'll look just like it did on the rack for the most part, So it's a great. I like it. It's a great thing that they're doing. If they just continue to do that, because they're coming up with a lot of them. I couldn't believe, because I went to a comic store up in Portland, Maine, about an hour north of me. It's where my son lives, and we went up to hang out with him, and he took me to an Italian restaurant up there that we like to go to once in a while. He goes once in a while. We've only been once. Now we've been twice because we've been waiting to go. But the comic book store there, Casablanca Comics, they had a ton of those different ones, and a lot of them I hadn't seen before. So that's why I snagged them all up. I says, yeah, I can use that. And whoops, how about if I put my glasses down if I'm going to read? Rob Brown said, "Oh yeah, I had a blast drawing Over the Edge." Oh, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, we want to see. We're gonna have you on. We want to hear stories about what you were doing, or what your process was when you were creating those, when you were drawing those things. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I look forward to that. Michael Taylor says, "I saw Rob's Daredevil. Fantastic stuff." Yeah, 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 yeah. Rob said, and the good thing is they're cheap. Just till we get you on the show, then it's gonna blow up, Rob. You watch, you watch. Just don't bank on it, right? Not with the limited coverage we got here. You know, we're a cheap studio outfit here. Well, all righty. Well, that catches me up with you guys. So let's pull out some of the other stuff that I picked up here. All righty. Casablanca is really good. They have a large back stock of back issues. I was very impressed with it. I'd been there once before, and I was impressed, and I was even more impressed this time. They got the magazines. Excuse me. They got the comics, and they got bronze and silver, and they got some early silver too. So I mean, they were pretty good. So this one, first one, and I haven't bagged them and bought them, so you'll have to forgive me. I do have the prices on them, but uh, it was a lot of fun to just peruse through. And of course, my wife and my son are with me. They're not comic book collectors, so it's like, okay, I appreciate them letting me go there, but I'm trying to do it really fast and whatnot. But I managed to pick up some good stuff. Here we go with Marvel Triple Action #2. Drop that down. There we go. So I'm trying to get. I want to get like the first 10 or 12 of these. I have a lot of the ones after that, but the first 10 or 12 were the ones where they drew new covers for them. So I think now all I need out of the first 10 is #7. I think that's it. And it's not a hard one to find. It's not a hard one to afford either. So, I got no worries there. And this one here I picked up, and it's because of that Danger Street series that is going on now. It was based on the characters that had appeared in the first issue special series. And this is one that I did not have. I've got about 4 of those issues out of the however many they ran in that first series. But I did not have #1, and now I do with Atlas. So glad to have that in the old inventory, in the collection. And let's see here. This one here, when I saw it something clicked in my head. I said it's more than just a dollar comic. I know it's more than just a dollar comic, and I couldn't remember where I saw it, but I knew it was kind of unique type of thing. So I said, "All right, I'm just gonna get it," you know. So I picked it up, and this is Superman Spectacular. And sure enough, when I got home, I looked it up and I realized it's part of that DC special series. You know that it's called the special series, and I don't have another issue of it out here, but it's the one that's all kinds of wacky. It covers everything. They've got regular issues in it. They've got dollar comics in it. They've got treasuries counted amongst the numbering system, and digests amongst the covering system. Shannon has done extensive videos and stuff talking about this. So I mean, I'm glad I picked it up when I saw it. So that's pretty cool. So because that's so weird that series, it's the only series I know like that, where it covers all different types of formats of books, you know. And then they had oh man, I wished I'd have had the lottery, because they had quite a bit of a run of Jonah Hex, and I'm trying to make inroads on my Jonah Hex, the first series of Jonah Hex, you know. And so it was like crazy. If I'd have had the lottery, whew, I'd have taken I'll take that long box, thank you. You know, but I did pick up this one here. This is number 40 of Jonah Hex. There we go. I like this cover. So I had a lot of choices. They were all pretty much priced the same. Once you got down below, I think like 25, I think they were $10. But that's okay. So I got that, and I'm just a sucker for westerns, man. It's just love it, love it. And Scalp Hunter's a backup feature in this one, and yeah, I was gonna say I was just watching. After we did the show this morning, I went upstairs and my wife was watching The Rifleman. So I sat down with her and watched about an hour and a half of Rifleman. So I love The Rifleman. I love those 60s. Not I was going to say 60s World Series. No, 60s Western Series. Gunsmoke. I'm having a ball with Gunsmoke, man, because it's for 20 seasons. It was on for 20 seasons. So the first 5 or 6 seasons were half-hour shows, so you can squeeze a lot of those in, and a lot of them were very well written. All right, here's another one. This is a gold key issue that I picked up. I'm trying to make inroads in this series, slowly but surely, a lot slower than I'd like, but this is Mighty Samson, and I believe this is issue number 10. I didn't write any notes on it yet, but this is, I believe, Mighty Samson number 10. So, and again, I apologize. I didn't get a chance to rebag these yet. And because they put them in nice bags, but the sticker doesn't peel off. Like a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of comic stores will put stickers on that you can peel off and save this, but they don't. So I can't. I've tried before and peel it off, and it just I got to rebag it. So, but yeah, I'm trying to make inroads with this series. I find this a fascinating series. This and Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom. Those are the two biggest ones that I'm trying to work on. So, and if Micah is still there in the audience, Micah, check this one out. Let me know if you ever seen it. I've never seen this before. So you being the Walt Disney guy, I just want to get what you think. This is Del Giant, Walt Disney Summer Fun #2. I've never seen it before. So, and when I haven't seen something, I tend to pick it up if I can afford it, because you never know. You just never know. So, I'm curious to see what it's like on the inside. So, let me just open this up if I can do it without destroying anything. There we go. One down. And come on off of there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, because I don't have too many Dell non-superhero books. Wow, these are really nice. This is nice. You get a lot more per page. Look at that. Usually it's in a typical comic, it's 6 pages, come on, think of the word. You got 6 panels. There you go. And these have 8. That's pretty snazzy. I like that. And it's got Donald Duck in it. Yeah. So, like I said before, I've said many times, I was always a pretty much a superhero guy. So most of what I bought when I was buying comics as a kid and through my youth, I bought superhero stuff. Jiminy Cricket. I like it. And you got a Chip and Dale Acorn Toss. That's cool. He's not going to be cut out though. That's not going to happen. So, oh, somebody, there was a little crossword puzzle in there. Somebody filled it out. So, I wanted to see if I could tell what year this was from. Yes, right here. 1959. 1959. Wow, that's cool. Like I said, I don't have too many of them. And I saw this one here and I said, that's pretty neat. And I'm a sucker for these big books, these thick ones. So, all right. Okay. I'm going to put that down. So that was Del Giant, Walt Disney Summer Fun #2. I don't know if it's like a annual. I have to go on to, I don't know how many of you have ever gone to Mike's Amazing World of DC Comics. That's the name of the web page, but he covers everything aside from DC Comics as well. But I mean, there's a feature on there where you can go called the newsstand. You plug in what year you want to look up, and it'll take you like to January of that year, and you can see every comic that came out. Or you can narrow your search by a publisher. Like you could put, okay, I want to see all the DCs that came out in January of 62. Boom. And it'll bring it up for it's a great resource. I use it. I must use it 5, 6, 7 times a week, almost once a day. I bet you I'm on there looking up something. If I'm inventorying my books or whatever and stuff like that, I'll look on that. So that's a great resource if you're ever looking for one. So it's Mike's Amazing World of DC Comics. The other thing that's real good is for stuff like digests. If you're trying to get a list of digests and stuff like that, he's got the list of it, and it's got a cover shot of it. They all have cover shots of the comics. So it's really good. 80-page giants, 100-page super spectaculars. You can look all those up, and they're all grouped together. It's really, really fun, and it's great. I really, really enjoy it. All right, so what else we got here? This one here is an upgrade because mine was well loved, and it's Marvel 2-in-1 #51. Like I said, mine was well loved, and I knew I needed to replace it, so I picked up an upgrade. So that helps me out a little bit. I have trouble. Unless the book is something really fantastic. That's a really, really important to me. I have trouble pulling the trigger on an upgrade on just like something that I just happen to know, but that I need one. If it's like a Neil Adams book or something, yeah, okay, I'll pull the trigger on it. But something like that, I kind of okay. Well, no, there'll be another time. I got plenty of time. I'm bad that way. So let's see. Oh, a little Atlas Comics here. This is Iron Jaw #3. Making slow inroads into my Atlas collection. So enjoy that. So, all right, let's see what's going on here. See if I can find my place. Let's see. All righty. I think we left off with Mr. Brown's comment. Yes. Good thing they are cheap. Yeah. Like I said, they're going to blow up. You watch. Michael Taylor says, it's great to have a professional comic book artist in the peanut gallery. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to pick his brain when he comes on, man, because there's so much. Because I think most of us who liked comics, if not all of us who read comics as a kid, we always kind of had this holdout dream of someday becoming a comic book artist. Can you imagine doing something you love and getting paid for it? That would be tremendous. I mean, I just wound up. It got to a point where I knew I wasn't gonna have no talent to go any further than what I was doing, and that was just sketch pads. So, but I love hearing the stories. Easy Comic Reader says, "Oh yeah, I love Jonah Hex. Yeah, baby." Rob Brown says, "Love Jonah Hex. Weird Western Tales is one of my faves." Yeah, I got to pick up a facsimile of um, Jonah Hex's first appearance. I don't know if they've made one yet. I think I've got one of the ones that's it's like a what is it, a millennium thing or something like that. I do have a copy of that, so I have the story, but I'd love to get a facsimile with all the original ads and stuff like that. So I have to find out if they make one. If anybody knows there in the peanut gallery, let me know, because then I can really, really go full bore and hunt it down. And Eric K says, I just picked up the first issue of Jonah Hex from that series, started in 1977. My goal is probably just the first 18 issues, which takes you through the DC explosion. Aha, yes, yes, yes. Everybody knows the explosion and the subsequent implosion. Um, I know Shannon is really knowledgeable about that, and he's getting geared up to do an episode, a video with talking about the explosion and the implosion. I can't wait to see it, because it's been a fascinating thing for me to learn about and whatnot. I didn't really pay attention to it when it was happening, and I was buying comics, but I didn't pay attention because I didn't have any outlet to get comic book industry news. You know what I mean? Not like the internet or anything like that. I didn't even have access to the Amazing World of DC. Those books that they put out, those magazines, fanzines that they put out back in the 70s. I never saw those until well into my 80s, not my 80s, but well into the 80s. I know I look at 80. You don't have to put it in the chat. I'm on now. And Graphic Man says, sweet. Have you ever seen that, Micah? I was curious to know if you knew anything about that series or anything. So if you're still there, if you could give me that info, I'd appreciate it, sir. Mike Tilla says, it's great that you can reach over to your right and pull a book off your spinner rack. I envy you. Well, yeah, I have it set up that way specifically because beyond it, if I just move that, you just see a bunch of boxes, maybe some action figures and stuff like that. So I try to hide the mess that I've got back here, So, but it's fun. And yeah, I mean, I never, to be honest with you, I told the story, I think briefly this morning about this rack. But before that, I honestly never thought I would ever own one. And I would see people do videos when they get them and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh, that's it wasn't just like an envy thing. Oh, I'm so glad for them because they have the passion, for comics and whatnot. And that is such a nostalgic part of a lot of us when we were kids. We went to racks like this in convenience stores and stuff like that and bought our books off them. So to actually have one, I really never thought I would, because they were constantly going up in price, and but man, I lucked out. I mean, somebody was looking out for me. Thank you. To walk away from that thing once, 8 months later, have it still be there. I said, no, it's not getting away this time. Luckily, my wife was on board. She actually was like, yeah, I would like that. Yeah. And then she looks at me and she just says, go ahead. And it was just like, yeah. So, oh yeah. So it's more than just a comic rack. It is a part of my childhood. I look at that thing when it's loaded with comics, man, and it just snaps you back to those days as a kid, man. Oh man, I'm gonna get all teary-eyed over this. So great stuff. I hope you all get a rack someday if you like it, or you're looking for one. I hope you all can get one, because there's nothing like it. It really is. And planners, plans printed periodicals, Triple P. How you doing today? Greetings and salutations, Rod, and everybody, he says. Thanks for hanging out here at the drive-in. Just making our way through the drive-in show. And Captain UK, hey, back again. Thanks for stopping by, Captain UK. Always great to see you in the peanut gallery. And Rob Brown says, me too, Rod. I was a superhero collector when I was young, was introduced to Warren horror comics in my late teens. Yeah, that was probably about when I discovered Warren. Was the first part was I came across issue, I hope I get it right. It's either 24 or 26 of the Monster Times. We were out on a trip going to Canada. We stopped in Bangor, Maine, had breakfast, and it was like in this building that had like a little mini mall in the building. And they had like a stereo store, not stereo, a stationery store. And they had magazines, and whenever I was out, man, I was comic hunting all the time. Does that store look like it would have comics? I'm gonna go in. I want to go in, and you could see it because they had glass on the side of the store, so you could see, yeah, they have a mag rack in there, so they got to have comics. I went in there. I didn't find any comics, but I did find that, and it was the Destroy All Monsters. I snagged that up and bought that, and inside it referenced Warren stuff and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh wow, it was kind of like a new world type of thing. And then in my later teens, when I was in high school in like 77 or so, I saw I went to a stationery store and was buying my comics regularly. I actually found a place that I could go and get them regularly so I wouldn't miss issues anymore. I'd get my Hulks, I'd get my Avengers, I'd get my Justice League, I'd get my Flash, So, but then they had some of those, they had the Eries and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool. It was really neat. And like the Rook and stuff like that. Very, very cool stuff. So, alrighty, let's see here. Where am I? Here we go. Yeah. Oh, I just read that one. See, I'm getting senile right in front of your eyes. And Triple P says, earlier this year, I found Dr. Solar #1 at an antique store in Connecticut. I was so excited to purchase it. I love the old Go Key heroes since the Valiant comic days. Oh, wow. Did you get a good bargain on it? You get a good deal? That's awesome to find something like that. Oh, I don't recall too often me finding a deal like that, but that's cool. Congratulations on that. Rob Brown says, I really enjoyed Valiant comics too. I did too. I bought some of the Dr. Solar ones, some of the Magnus ones. I think there were a couple other ones that Bloodshot, I believe. I picked up some Bloodshot. So I'd have to look in my inventory to tell you what exactly I got. But yeah, I enjoyed Valiant comics. I didn't think there was anything wrong with them. I thought they were pretty entertaining. And Eric K says, I think it's called Mike's Amazing World of Comics. Oh, is that what it's called? Okay. For some reason, I wanted to stick DC in there. I thought that's what it was because I always thought it was weird that he, what does it say right there? Yep. Nope, you are right. I am wrong. Thank you, Eric. I could have gone the rest of my life saying the whole thing wrong again. So, yeah, it's a great resource. So, if you guys get a chance, check it out. That newsstand feature is awesome. I just go on sometimes and just hit that. Well, I wonder what was out on October of 1968, and it's just, oh, I remember that one, oh, yeah, cool. Oh, I love that. It's just a fun little thing to do. Michael Taylor says, Doc, me too. When I was buying comics off the spinner rack, superheroes is all I bought. I didn't know Gold Key, Dell, Charlton even existed. Yeah, I knew Charlton only because I visited some relatives up north in Sanford, Maine, about a half hour away. We'd go up and visit them, and we stopped at one of the uncles or aunt's house or something like that, and they had a chair in the living room. It was like obviously a reading chair because they had a torch array behind it. To light so they could read their paper or whatever, but they had a basket, woven basket down beside it where the magazines were, and there were comics in there. And so I remember vividly seeing not Brave and the Bold, Blue Beetle #3, and that's where I discovered Charlton Comics. Who's this Blue Beetle guy, and why haven't I seen him before? It was something totally foreign to me. This isn't a DC. This isn't a Marvel. Who is it? What is this? So, and I didn't see another one for a long, long time. None of the stores carried Charlton around here. There was one in Dover that I did find Blue Beetle #5 much later. It was like almost like a year later, but the store was going out of business, so they just kept a lot of their old stock in there. And stuff like that. But that really was my introduction to Charlton Comics, And then in the 80s, when I became a really, really hardcore collector and was going everywhere I could go on a weekend or sometimes during the workday. Oh, I'm passing by that comic store. I'll just kind of pull in here a little bit, But and I would buy whatever I could, and I was lucky because I got my Captain Adams run and the 4 out of the 5 Blue Beetles. I got relatively easy and very inexpensive. They were nowhere near. I venture to say they were like $1 a piece. They certainly weren't more than $2, but it was like $1 a piece that I paid for them things. And I was like a kid in a candy store. And some of the people, it was weird because some of the people that were there are looking at you like, what the devil are you buying that stuff for? Why ain't you buying, Punisher, or why ain't you buying Wolverine, X-Men, blah, blah. Because I wanted these. These are the ones I never seen, and I was always looking for new heroes, new super groups, new super teams, and stuff like that. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun, man. Same thing though with the gold keys and Dells. Didn't see a lot of gold keys and Dells. So not a lot of Dells at all. I don't remember Dells or a lot of Harveys either. Gold keys, we would see them on a spinner rack at the grocery store, but I never bought any of those because they looked weird to me. They didn't have just regular line drawing. They had those, now I can appreciate those painted covers by George Wilson and whatnot, So it was a whole different thing. It was, again, what? Dr. Solar, he doesn't look like a superhero. What kind of superhero is that? No, okay, no, I'm going to pass, So give me my Hulk. But yeah, that was, so I agree with you, Michael. Yeah. Eric K says you might be mixing the fanzine rod DC put out in the 70s. Could be. I just wanted to stick DC in there, just kind of rolled off the tongue. I don't know what to tell you. I got nothing. I got no excuse. Rob Brown says, oh man, Marvel 2-in-1. Love that series. Yes, sir, Bob. Eric Breen, hey, the professor. Hey, where's the other guy? He just, I got nothing. He's got a life. He's got a regular life. Me, here I am. I'm just the comic guy. No. We're just having fun. We're just having some fun, Mr. Breen. Interesting note about Jonah Hex #1 is that it came out the same month as Black Lightning's first issue, April 1977 cover date. I did not know that. Very interesting. Very interesting. And Michael says, hey, Eric. And Eric Green says, hey, Michael. And Triple P says, I bought the Jonah Hex hardcover omnibus a few years ago. It collects all the weird Western Tales issues, and it was a great read. Yeah, those really are good stories. I've been slowly picking them up. I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of like up to like number 25, 26 on that series. Um, and I have a few issues after, but up around as far as complete run, with the exception of what is it, number 10? Was it 10? Yeah, I think it's number 10. That was the first appearance of Jonah Hex. So I'm happy with that, and I'm slowly making inroads to get those when I can afford them, and when I can find them. So Graphic Man says no, hadn't seen it. Oh, so it's not just me then. That Disney book, I've never seen that one. I've seen some, but I've never seen that one. So it was in I don't know. It's weird. I tell my wife all the time. She'll be out at a store and she'll see something. Oh, I like that blouse or whatever, and she goes, yeah, well, get it. Well, no, I don't. I says, is there any more? And she goes, no, it's the only one there. If it's the only one, get it. And that's I live that rule with my collecting too. If I have never seen it before in 55 plus years, then it doesn't exist in great amounts. It's not a common thing. So that's how I had to pick that up. It was just something. Oh, little voice, pick it up. No. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Comic Book G-Man. Hey, what up, my man? He says, nothing much. Just hanging out here at the drive-in theater. Showing up some comics. Showing the latest haul and whatnot. And he says, love to have you on the Nerdy Collective Show, my man. Oh, well, I'm sure we can do that. We'll have to give me the specifics and whatnot. And you can look me up I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, although I don't handle Twitter as well as I do Instagram. I'm on Facebook, just under Rodney Knowles. So definitely, yeah. And he says, yes, sir. We did those for the days. Yes, those spinner racks, man. Where did it go? Where did it go? There we go. I hit the spinning wheel on my mouse and it just went. It was like, where did everybody go? And he says, shout out to the wife. Thank you. And Captain UK says, spinner rack equals spinning time machine, right? Yes, absolutely. It is. It is a spinning time machine, man. And it's almost like beyond words to describe the feeling it gives you, the nostalgic feeling, and just, I don't know. It's great. It's great. Thumbs up, fist bump. Yes, sir. I have a lot of Charlton in my personal collection. Nice. Yep. Friends made fun of me too for very cool. And it's funny because, I was a snob in my collecting early on because I was strictly superheroes. So I didn't, if I saw, Harvey's or Dells, or like I said, not many Dells, but Gold Keys and stuff like that, it was just like, no. I want my DC. I want my Marvel. So it's like, yeah. So it was funny. So, but I learned. Took me a while. Dawn breaks on Marblehead, as we say up here. And I've come way around 180 degrees. I truly do appreciate and love all those independent little publishers. Harvey's and Dell and all that stuff. Oh, even stuff now. I even get a little bit into some of that stuff in the golden age. Not so much collecting it, but just admiring it. So it's a lot of fun. Michael Taylor says, speaking of Blue Beetle, there's a Blue Beetle movie coming this summer. Yeah. It's got the new Blue Beetle. I'm just hoping at some point that in that movie that they do a proper homage to Ted Cord. And even Dan Garrett, but I don't know if that's going to happen, and that's fine. I'm probably going to watch it because I like the Blue Beetle, and there's something about that new, the new costume. thing like that. I mean, I find it fascinating, you know. Um, that being said, I know people don't like that, but that being said, okay, um, Ted Cord is my Blue Beetle. He is my Blue Beetle. Will I see that movie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see the movie anyway, you know. So, I go to the movies to be entertained. It doesn't have to, they're not making the movie for Rod Knowles, you know. They're not making it for me. They're making it for everybody. So, I can suspend my disbelief, you know. So Triple P says, no, it wasn't cheap. I paid $100 for it. Bought it anyway. There you go. That's it. That's it. When you find something like that, again, you got to get it. You got to get it. Love those painted covers from Dr. Solar, Magnus, Turok. Yeah. Mighty Samson. I like some of those ones from Mighty Samson. And the Jackson Roy Kirk. Eric, as long as you aren't the other guy. Uh-oh. Whoa. Shots fired already. He said, oh, hello, folks. Welcome, Jackson. Great to have you with us this afternoon. Thanks for hanging out. And Eric Breen said, here we go. Jackson, missed you this morning. I threw something at you and I missed. Oh, man. Jackson Roykirk, are you laughing? Yeah, I got on for only the last 30 minutes. That's okay. We know. We all have lives. That's the way things go. You make it when you can, and when sometimes I like to say, sometimes real life just gets in the way, and that's the way it goes. No problem. And that's why you didn't make the majors, eh? Now, I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're talking to Eric, but yeah, I didn't make the majors because I was nowhere close to the majors. Oh, well, he must have met Eric. Eric's laughing. And Michael Taylor says, there's a YouTuber that put out a video years ago about his childhood spinner rack. He found out that it was buried under his old house. What? It was buried under his old house? So it was there while he was living there, or somebody buried it after he moved out? So, wow, that's wild. That's like a Ripley's Believe It or Not type of thing. Comic Book G-Man says, send me a message. We'll talk. Okay. You've got it. Thank you very much. And Michael Taylor says, incredible story. Absolutely. Michael says, Jackson Roykirk, I think that was Comics with Bueller. Is he still traveling around? I haven't seen a video of his in a while. Is he still traveling around the country in his van? He's going to try and hit every comic book store he can or something like that. It was fascinating watching him do that. That's pretty cool. Can you imagine doing that? I wish I had the freedom of conscience to do that. I can't. I got to have a security. I got to have a home to come home to, at night and whatnot. But I envy him his freedom. That's awesome. Mike Taylor says, unfortunately, Hollywood tends to put their own spin on these comic movies. As we all know, yes, the Joker didn't kill Batman's parents. Joey Chill did. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I come to the agreement with myself to not try to be overly critical about the stuff that I disagree with in the movies. Those first 10 years of Marvel movies, man, I never thought I'd see it. I never thought I would see it. I mean, I was used to seeing Reb Brown as Captain America in a motorcycle helmet. It's like, come on. Or Daredevil dressed in a black outfit with a sock over his head, or Thor looking like he, I don't know, came out of a caveman times or something. I don't, that's what I was used to. And to see them do what they did with the CGI and the cinematography and just the grandiose nature of those things, I was lost in those movies. Those they're 2.5 hours sometimes. To me, it seemed like 20 minutes because I was so engrossed in it. These are stories that and characters I grew up with. I've read, you know them in and out from the Silver Age, Bronze Age, and to see this going on and oh yeah, well, I know he doesn't like that guy, even though they're on the same team, they have a little friction, but and little things like that all come together. It was just man, I'll admit, I still can't watch um what is it? Endgame and Infinity War. Both of those, I can't watch them without crying. Can't do it. Can't do it. And I'm not just talking about the death scenes, that everybody knows about, but I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't. But I'm just talking about just little character development things, some of the things like the Stark's kids say and stuff like that. It's just little things that I never expected to ever see. And man, just like a warm blanket around my heart. I love it. Great stuff. Great stuff. But yes, there is a lot out there as well that if it was up to me, I'd do them differently. But I'm not doing them. And they're not making them just for me. So I just have to kind of pick and choose where I want to put my money. That's what I do. I pick and choose where I want to put my money. Michael Taylor says, yes, Jackson, correct. And Comic Book G-Man just messaged you on IG. Okay, I'll check it out after the live stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's cool. It says, yes, he is. And Meyer Greenblatt. Hey, Meyer, how you doing? Great to have you stopping by the old drive-in theater today. How you doing? Great to have you with us. All right. I think that catches me up. I still got a few things here to show. So let me just shuffle some of this around. The last two books that I picked up at that Casablanca store were these right here. And it's a series. Again, I say this all the time. I might as well just say every series. I'm collecting every series because there's just so much great stuff out there. But this is from the 70s. It's Mr. Miracle, and I picked up number 11. Great cover. And I picked up number 12. So very cool. Very cool indeed. Psyched to have those, add those to the collection. Very cool. All right. Now the rest of this stuff that I got here is eBay pickups, and I picked up one at my local mall. There's a mall here in Newington, New Hampshire. It's about 30 minutes away. And they just opened up not too long ago, I don't believe. And what it is vintage toys, magazines, comics, a limited amount of comics, all kinds of, the magic cards and baseball cards and all the other kind of wax packs cards that you could imagine. All kinds of magazines, horror magazines, stuff like that. But a lot of cool vintage toys and stuff like that. I almost bought it was a Superman animated series, but it was a plush toy, and it stood about 18 inches tall. Head was hard plastic, but the rest of it was all plush, but his arms moved like an action figure. It was pretty cool, and it was only $20. And if it's still there when I go back again, which we'll probably go back sometime this following week here, if it's still there, I'm probably going to try and snag that up. But it was pretty snazzy. I like that. That was pretty cool. But I did come across these and pick this up here. And this is my first foray into Marvel Masterworks. And this is Golden Age All Winners. And it's volume 2. Unopened. Still got the plastic on it. So I said, that's pretty cool. It's pretty thick. And here's the issues that are inside it. I haven't even cracked it open yet, but I'm going to, because I want to, like I said, I'm trying to make a little inroads where I can into the golden age and learn some more about what their golden age adventures were like. Captain America, Human Torch, Submariner. You know, so. But yeah, I mean, when I was looking at this, I'm looking at it. This was like $55 retail when they came out. I guess that's what it says. Yeah, $54.99. It was $87.95 in Canada. Ooh, what's that all about, eh? Holy mackerel. But yeah, I'm looking forward to perusing this here, and checking it out. He has 3 or 4 more volumes over there. All from the Golden Age. Captain America. I think All Winter Squad. No, not All Winter Squad. There was another one. I can't think of what it was. But yeah, so I think I might try and pick up another one. It was pretty good. I mean, unopened. Can't ask for better than that. $20 right there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm anxious to get into that. Now from eBay, I just got this in just yesterday. And this is it's too bad Gratu isn't here, because this is right up his alley. This is a book that I remember seeing advertised as a kid, and I always wanted to get it. Not only did I always want to get this book, but I wanted to see what this movie on the cover was about. The monster on this cover and what his story was. I have yet to see this movie, but this is Monster World number 10 with the reptile. Man, that face just it struck me as a kid, stuck with me, almost haunted me a few times in a few dreams. But I wanted to read this article about Batman and the superheroes. It's like, what are Batman and superheroes doing in a monster book? But what movie was this? I mean, what is this movie about? The reptile. So I'm still hunting that down. I haven't looked in a while. I go on sometimes and just go on to on demand on my cable thing and say, hey, I look up a movie, and a lot of times you can get it for like $3 or something like that. Rent it for $3. That's worth it. But this is pretty cool. Because I was looking to see what year it was. I can't remember what year it was, but it's a Warren magazine. So, but it's just one of those books that always stuck in my head. Someday, someday, someday. Now, someday is here. So, very cool. I'm looking forward to reading that. This one here is courtesy of my partner in crime. It's one of those things that I knew about, but forgot about until I saw him show one. And it's the DC Digest comic number 1. It's the first digest that DC did with Tarzan. I'm going to take it out of the bag because so much glare on here today. So, yeah, there we go. So I said, you know what? I'm trying to get the digest. Why not try and just see what I can find on this number 1? Went right on eBay, found one, very inexpensive. I looked it over with the pictures that were there, and I said, looks pretty good. So pulled the trigger on it, and it's just like, man, that's so cool. That is so cool. And I think Shannon told the story. The second one, number 2, was going to be Laurel and Hardy, but they never did that. Instead, if I'm not mistaken, I had it here somewhere. Thought I had it here, but I could be totally washed up. All washed up as usual. Yeah, I had it here somewhere. Is this it? No, 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 no. Okay. Oh well. Anyway, they put out a comic book, Laurel and Hardy, in the Bronze Age. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Um, pretty interesting piece of DC's history. So because this was named number one, and then when they go to the best of DC Digest, I think is what this one goes with. They start the numbering system over again, so there's like 2 number ones, I believe. So, but this is pretty cool, pretty snazzy. So yeah, I'm super psyched to get that. You know, just if nothing else, just for the it's a historic place. You know, so but it's cool. That's very cool. Love it, love it, love it. All righty. Now we got some eBay books here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we'll save that one for last. Okay, we'll start off with this one here. I'm trying to finish this one up. I think I need one more after this. Shade, the Changing Man. This is number 4. And it looks like a giant Funko Pop Shade, the Changing Man coming through there. So, but it's one I needed. So, gaining on that one there. And now we got, let's see here, some Charlton. We got Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves. Here's number 6. Cool yellow negative cover on that. I like it. So, very cool. And number 7 of Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves. And I gotta rebag these today too. You can see all the wrinkles in the bags. Look at that. Look how wrinkly that bag is. Jumping G hustle flap. So, and then we got Ghostly Tales number 66 with, I think, I'm not sure, but I think this is a Jim Aparo, but I'm looking for his signature, but I don't see it on here. So I might be wrong on that one. It's number 66, Ghostly Tales from the Haunted House. I've been waiting for you, Ed. Come. Dun, dun, dun. I like to pick these up too whenever I can find them. There's some great stories in it, not to mention the artwork. I mean, the artwork speaks for itself. And, you never would think that, you realize some of the great names that have done the work for Charlton and stuff like that. And yeah, you got a whole thing. This right here is Pat Boyette cover, and it's Ghostly Tales number 68. Ghostly Tales from the Haunted House. Attack of the Phantom. Dun, dun, dun. All righty, there's some Charlton action. Okay. And this right here, I did not have a representative of this in my collection, and I now do. I am super stoked to find it out. I've showed you my other ones, and we are talking about multi-packs. Yes, multi-packs. I did not have a Marvel multi-pack, and now I do. I think it's from 77, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's a pack from 77. Might be 78, but I think it's 77. And it's got, let's see, number 54, Conan, number 54. On the other side, it's got Avengers, 139. Is that 139? Yeah, 139. Yeah. Now, big question is, what's the middle one, Rod? What's the middle one? Okay, the middle one is Jungle Action number 17 with the Black Panther story. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Rage of the Panther story. So, Panther's Rage, maybe? I can't remember. I'm trying to read it, but I don't want to pull too much apart on it. So, this I was psyched to find one that I could afford. So to have a Marvel one, because I didn't, they had some ones with Hulk in them, and I'm like, oh man, I'd love to get one with the Hulk, but no, it's just too much. Some of them are just, they're just way overpriced in my mind anyway. I'm sure if they can get the money for them, then God bless them. You know, it's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So if they can get somebody to pay for it, that's awesome. But yeah, Marvel multi-pack. So I'm super stoked to have this. Great thing. And again, this is courtesy of my partner in crime, my compatriot, Shannon. I never occurred to me that there were. I hadn't thought about multi-packs since the 70s until I saw Shannon show them in a video, and I'm like, oh man, that's it. Down the rabbit hole I go. So, and I got a little place where I can I hang them up over here on a pegboard. So we'll put that back. Old Dr. Strange got to hang back up there, and my church key. There we go. So, but yeah, I was thrilled, so thrilled to go on and find one. That's awesome. It was really cool. And it's just, just get that giddy kid feeling when you score something that you really were looking for. I'm sure you guys all experience it too. It's just like, yeah, man, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I got one. Yeah. So, all right, let's jump back in and see what you guys are saying. Let's see. All righty. Comic Book G-Man says, I am a huge PR code horror, pre-code horror fan. Collect a lot of it. Oh, cool. Awesome. See, that can be some pricey stuff right there. That can be some pricey stuff. That's a rabbit hole I don't know as I could ever afford to go down. If I come across one that might be a little more beat up or well loved, as we like to say, then I might be able to swing it. But boy, that's cool though. That's awesome. And he says, nice, like the Mr. Miracle. Yeah, I love Mr. Miracle. That's cool. I think, is it over there? You can't see it. It's up top behind the rack. But I got like a Mr. Miracle, a Big Barda, and Oberon in a set, action figures. So it's really cool. And Comic Book G-Man says, okay, love it. All winners, very nice. You like that? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really wanted to get into their Golden Age stories. I mean, I've got some books and I've read some of them and stuff, but to just have the book right there, boom, because I know I ain't going to afford those. Although I did have a all winner squad once, man, I can't remember what number it was, but it was low. It was either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I can't remember which one it was. And I wound up, it had a big rip down the front cover, through 3/4 of the front cover. And I was able to turn that into a bunch of Avengers, the Silver Age books for me. So, but there's always that little piece of you going, if only I'd have kept that. Oh, well, life goes on. Can't have regrets all the time. Michael Taylor says, very cool. All winners hardback. Yes, sir. Thank you. Michael Taylor says, good price for that. Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I saw that. It was like, wow, okay, all right. I can do that. Comic Book G-Man says, nice, love it. The reptile, yes, the reptile. Like I remember that Monster World cover very well. Yeah, man, it was just one that stuck with me, and I know I saw it probably in that the Monster World. Yeah, the newspaper Monster World. I'm not saying it. Monster Times. Come on, get with it. Okay, Monster Times. That's where I originally saw that book was offered or whatnot. Mike Taylor says, very cool Tarzan Digest. Yeah, that's just a unique piece of DC history. I mean, it really is. The very first digest that they ever put out by them. And I mean, I'm sure we all got some of their other digests after that they put out through the 70s and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. I enjoyed getting that. Comic Book G-Man, Monster World Warren, 1964-66, 10 issues. You have the last in that run. Very cool. I did not know that. I hadn't done any research on how many issues there were in the run. So there was only 10 issues in that series. Oh, well, that's good to know, man. That's cool. Last of the party, but I'll take it. Thank you very much, G-Man. And Michael Taylor says, there Doc goes again, reaching over and checking his spinner rack. Fantastic. I know. I'm sorry. I get distracted very easy. Shiny, shiny. Squirrel. Comic Book G-Man says, the Digest Tarzan, very cool. The art in those are very nice. Yes. Yeah, just what I just looked at and what I looked at when I got it, opened it up. It looked pretty cool. Now, I was not a big Tarzan guy. I never was a big Tarzan guy, but I am trying to broaden my horizons as I get older, and let go of some of those the snobbery that I had. I love to see Kubert's Tarzan and all that stuff. I've got a new appreciation for it, so I love it. Never too old. You're never too old to learn. Mike Taylor says, cool Frogman cover. Yeah. I gotta check and think. For some reason, I thought that was on my list because it was a Jim Aparo cover, but he doesn't have his usual signature on that, so I have to check that. And he says, Comic Book G-Man, Ghostly Tales, Charlton, 66-84, 115 issues. Love it. Very nice. Thank you. Boy, you got all this information right there at your fingertips. That's pretty cool. Thank you, sir, for that. I appreciate that. Jackson Rourke says, ooh, and has a Conan too. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I was psyched. And it's number 54? Yeah, number 54 Conan. So, and that's another series that I'm picking them up when I can. There's just so much out there that you want to get. I mean, granted, it's much less than what it was 30 years ago for me, but still, it's still so much more that you learn about, and your taste changes, and things that you notice, and oh wow, and you look at it through a different set of lenses or something. Very cool. Jackson Rourke says, sweet Avengers. That would be from 75, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe, because I think they said 77 on that. So I'm not sure, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'll have to check that out, and I'll definitely get an answer on that. So that's a good multi-pack. I know I've seen multi-packs growing up. I just don't remember when and where. Yeah. We used to see them at the grocery store. The grocery store used to carry the multi-packs. So that was where I saw them. But I never bought any. I don't remember ever buying any. I can't remember ever buying any. So Eric K says, Alan from After Comics did a couple of videos on DC and Marvel packs recently. Yes, he did. Yeah, we were talking about him on the show, on the Saturday show, and we mentioned that if you want to see some, you go to Alan at After Comics, man, because he's got a bunch of them. And, oh man, it was nice. Yeah, and then right after that, he posted new videos on those, like short videos to do it. It was like, yes, oh, that's awesome. It's wicked cool. And if you haven't, I can't believe any of you don't know who Alan is. If you don't, check out After Comics, his YouTube channel. He has got a museum quality collection, just the way it's set up. That's the way I wish I could set up my collection. He's just got, he's got this Matchbox. I think it rotates. I think it lights up, but it's a Matchbox display, right? And I believe he said it rotates. I think it rotates, but it's just so cool. I was like, where did you get that? That is so neat. And he talks about it. He talks about it in a couple of his videos where he got him before and stuff like. But it's just so neat. He's got Captain Action stuff, which was big with me as a kid. GI Joes, again, big with me as a kid. He's got stuff that Marvel memorabilia that I never seen before. Maybe I saw him in an ad, but I never saw actual items. And he's got, it's just, I could talk all day about After Comics and his collection. A great guy, great channel. Give it a look, see if you haven't. You won't be disappointed. Comic Book G-Man multi-pack, thumbs up, yes, sir. Like the spinner rack, says Michael. Like the spinner racks, the multi-packs were a great time in our lives. Yes, yep. Take you right back. They take you right back. Rob Brown says, love the monster mags. Also love the old horror flicks. Studying those old horror photos can really teach you how to draw shadows on faces. Oh, cool. See, we learned some of the secrets, some of the tricks of the masters right there. That's cool. See, I love learning that stuff. It never occurred to me that artists used to take pictures of different things like architecture or places that they might visit so they could incorporate them in comic books. And then that never occurred to me till much later in my life, learning that they did that. And I'm like, oh man, that's smart. And it's like, yeah, no kidding, dummy. Duh. Oh, great stuff, Rob. Great stuff. Mike Taylor, I saw a Gold Key Green Hornet multi-pack on eBay. I wanted so bad to bid on it. Oh man. What were they asking, Michael? If you don't mind me asking, what were they asking for that? Because that would be a beauty to have. So many levels, on so many levels. Being a Green Hornet fan, a Gold Key Green Hornet comic book collector, being a multi-pack collector. It's like, oh my gosh, that's just be so many levels. That would be so cool. Cool, cool, cool. Comic Book G-Man, my little black book. I used to have little pocket notepads, the kind you flipped up. For years I had them, and I kept them. And then something happened. We got a leak somewhere, and they got water damaged, and all the ink ran. Oh no, they went through the washer. That's what it was. I left them in a pair of pants, and I don't know if my wife and my daughter did a load of laundry. Maybe I even did it. I can't remember, but it just washed them out, and it was just like, oh, it was like an end of an era. Oh, Eric Breen says, if Alan doesn't have it, it doesn't exist. I would wholeheartedly agree with you, Professor. Absolutely. Even if you are holding a copy of it in your hand. Absolutely. He's got like those flyers. They used to call them flyers, the Marvel superhero flyers and stuff. I'd never ever seen those before. Actual items of them. It's just fascinating the stuff he has. Jackson Roykirk, he says. And Eric Breen says, that would be a black beauty to have. See what I did there? Yes, I do. I do indeed. Well, I always said, if I won one of those $100,000,000 worth of lottery, and you were set for life, your grandkids would be set for life because of the money you won, I would hunt down one of the 5 or 6 original Batmobiles from the TV series. I think there was 5. There could have been 6, but I think there was 5. They're still owned by people. And I would go to each one of them saying, all right, how much? How much? I would own a Batmobile, one of the original ones. And the next car would be the Black Beauty. And that one was found in somebody's backyard at one time. At least one of them was in somebody's backyard. It got found by somebody, and they restored it. And I can't remember who did it. I remember seeing a video about it. Can you imagine that piece of television history and comic history? You know, well, so just to have it sitting rotting in somebody's backyard, ah, ah, give me an ice cream headache. Oh no! So yeah, that would be right there. But the Batmobile would be first. Black Beauty, running up. Michael Taylor says, "Yeah, After Comics is a great channel. My childhood store where I bought my comics, etc., had one of those Matchbox countertop spinning displays. Yeah, I mean that's just man. I wonder how close I could have come to having one of those. There used to be a store, a 5 and dime store, a nickel and dime store in, I believe it's Biddeford, Maine, and um, we used to go in there. My wife and I used to go in there, and they had stuff for like under $10. Everything in the store, I think, was under $10. You know, $1 for this, $1 for that type of thing. Like, and he had a display, a Matchbox display back there, and we probably went there, frequented that place probably for about 5 years, and then we went up one day, and it was closed down. Everything was gone. You know, we're looking in the window, everything's gone, and it's just like, that rack, that display system, plus one of the nice glass display counters. I would have loved to have that one. It's just like, oh wow, what could have been. Comic G-Man says, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Excellent stuff today, Doug Silverage, B&B Drive-In. Thank you very much. I'll be in touch with you. All right, you take care. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Appreciate you hanging out with us. All right, what time is it? Oh, wow, been on for 90 minutes already? Holy mackerel, where does the time go? Wow. Mike Taylor says, the Starsky and Hutch car was also found somewhere rotting. Oh, man, that's just criminal. Come on, it's a piece of TV history, man. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. The other thing I would buy after the Black Beauty, well, maybe even before the Black Beauty, I'd buy the Batmobile, but then I'd buy a B9 robot. One of those guys, you know, for 25 grand, you could buy one, or probably more now, but I would definitely get that too, because that would be so cool. I love it. Time flies when comics are involved, or something like that. Yes, I firmly agree with you. I firmly believe that. Shannon and I, when we got off the broadcast this morning, we both said the same thing. Man, that was the quickest 2 hours I think we've ever done, and it was, and we got more rounds in than we normally do. You know, we got a lightning round in and everything, and it was just like, wow, that time flies, man, when you are having fun, and certainly when comics are involved. So yes, sir, Bob. So unless there's something else you guys want to see or do, I'm probably going to call it a day. And I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me this afternoon. I mean, I know everybody's on the weekend. You got things to do, real life going on, you know, but to spend some of that time with me, just like we say in the morning, to spend some of that time with us, I greatly appreciate it, man. That's awesome. It's a lot of fun talking with you guys. We have a ball, and I really enjoy it, and I know Shannon does too. Michael Taylor says, I love the B9 robot growing up. I tried to draw it many times. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, I was right there with you. If I had a dime for every time I drew that robot, man, or the Jupiter 2, you know, I'd be a rich man right now. I would get my work done in class so I could draw. And I was either drawing superheroes or I was drawing B9. Man, that was just fun times. Fun times. Easy Comic Reader says, appreciate it, Doc. Take care. Thank you, Easy Reader. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Appreciate that. I hope to see you again next Saturday. There we go. So much better when I slow down sometimes and say my words, but I just get all hyped up, man. This is a blast for me. I love doing this. Mike Taylor says, thanks for an extra dose of Dr. Silverage. Well, thank you very much, Michael. You all are too kind to me. I appreciate it. Maya Greenblatt says, two great shows today. Thanks, Rod. Thank you, Maya. I greatly appreciate it, man. I saw you on Gratu wearing that Spider-Man mask. Before you go, where did you get that Spider-Man mask? That was pretty cool. I like that. That was pretty snazzy. And Jackson Roy Kirk says, now that the family has gone, I'll go back and check out this morning's show. Well, there you go. Appreciate you doing that. Hopefully you'll find it as fun as we did this morning when we were doing it, because it went by fast. Don't blink, because it'll be gone. So, well, all righty then. Let's see. Oh, Rob Brown says, boy, Rod's jumping out of his chair. Laugh out loud. Must be the heat. You know what? This is the only time it's nice to be down in the basement, is when it's, 85 out there. Even though I like it hot, because it helps my arthritis and whatnot, because I'm an old fart, But down here now, it's probably about 65 down here. So it's like, this is cool. Literally, this is cool. So, well, all right, gang. Thanks again, one and all, for hanging out with me this afternoon. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I love sharing everything with you guys. I love hearing what you guys got to say. Love hearing your stories about things we show and how they've impacted your collecting in your life. Always fun, man. So I don't have an outro. So it's just a hard dump on this one. It's just like, okay, well, great to see you. Maybe I'll put something. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if I got anything in the thing here I can put up. Oh, I got a little thing I can play at the end. So, but let's see. Go back to the comments. So, all right, guys, calling it a day. Thanks again. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for lighting up this old man's life this afternoon. I really had a ball, just like you do every Saturday morning with me and Shannon. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate that. And with that, we are over and out. Off we go with the outro, or what little outro I have. Take care, gang. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.